Alright, what is up, YouTube? It's Nisi here with SVGG. I'm going to be doing a coaching session. We're going to be talking about this really horrific Yasuo game. Which, I mean, with my session today of losing a bunch of games, I can totally relate. But we're going to talk about this game. Hopefully the lag will stabilize a little bit. It should. We're going to talk about what you could do better and how you could approach the lane. Now, I'm going to assume... Wait. First things first. Why are you going Doran Shield?
Because I figured that I would be getting poked out of lane, and basically with Cassiopeia, in my experiences in the past, I've been mostly just like, she puts that little spot on the ground, I get a lot of damage while she's just autoing me, and the Doran Shield would help me with reducing some of that single target damage.
Okay, well, I guess it depends on what your goal is here. For me, I would probably, at this level, and top lane, I would really like, because you're running Fervor, I assume.
Yeah, I believe I was.
I would really like to try to play this lane aggressive, but let's see how you play the lane first, and see what you do. I mean, for me, I would want to run Doran's Blade pretty much always. And in my thought,
what I try to do.
Yeah, you're running Fervor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Doran's Blade is probably is going to be the best bet to synergize with that. I mean, otherwise, you're better off going fucking Warlords, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, see here, I was just taking a lot of damage of,
Well,
getting poked.
Are you thinking about lanes here? Are you thinking about lane management here?
What I usually try to do is I try to shove it as hard as I can, get the level 2, let them try and freak out a little bit, push back, and then I can go on the aggression from there.
Well, the first thing I was going to say is you don't... Let's back it up, actually.
Okay.
So, like... Here it is. Watch how you stand.
Out in the open.
Well, the lane's not... You're pushing the lane, right? And you have Q. Look at how you're positioning. You're not respecting the damage that you're about to take. And every little bit of damage is very, very important early on. If your goal is to push the lane, which I'm not quite sure I agree with quite yet, but I'll get to that in a minute. You don't need to take this damage. You see how much you just took for free?
Yeah.
At least force her to like walk at you or something. I wouldn't just take that positioning very, very serious early on. I think.
Yeah.
It would really, really help you. So here you're about to get level 2. And like this whole thing is kind of confusing to me because I feel like you started by pushing really hard and now you're not pushing very hard and you didn't rush level 2. And it's like, what are you going to do now that you're level 2? You see?
Yeah.
You're kind of just like, I'm level 2 now, and now you're just out of position.
Yeah.
So, I would say, I would say this. What do you think is going to happen in this position most of the time? Your lane, and I really want to hammer this home for you. Your lane is pretty much fucked right now.
Yeah.
And I want you to really look at how the wave's set up, and I mean, Yasuo top is a very risky one, and but I think you enjoy it. I think it does have carry potential, especially at lower elo. I just think that like when you push your lane to this and you take all that poke, like what can you really do now in a long lane?
Yeah.
So reevaluating this, wouldn't you have much rather have liked to break? So let's talk about once the minions meet here. Wouldn't you have much rather you have an Amumu jungle who's never going to help you early? Wouldn't you have much rather just kept the lane mid lane here and just last hit with Q for a while? You have this passive like Doran start thing going on, Doran shield, which I think you could get away with Doran's blade, to be honest. But either lane that you would have faced, so let's say you face Lissandra, let's say you face Cassiopeia, like going into Champ Select, I would probably be thinking, I'm going to try to keep the lane even or pushing to me, as opposed to pushing to Cassiopeia, because you really only want to be pushing as Yasuo if you have, like, true harass potential, but I don't really think you do.
Yeah. I was thinking because she's not allowed to have boots. I would be able to harass more, but she was playing very passively.
Yeah, and this is something that's going to... This is a situation where I say, like, you think that you go into this lane and you think that you can just shove your lane and, like, shove it, but the reality is, like, you're not going to really be able to do much once you get it to the turret. The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to be in a long lane scenario versus Nocturne, who's pretty much point and click, you know what I mean? Yeah. So if let's just say that he clears smoother and he just shows up here, it's pretty hard to outplay it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that you should, in the future, with lanes that are... If we reverse the roles here a little bit, let's say a Mumu jungle is in blue side or whatever, and you have a Nocturne, then you can, you could shove the lane to the turret and, like, auto push or whatever because you want to try to, like, poke the guy down. But even still, like, Yasuo top versus Cassiopeia, think about it in terms of, like, a late game scenario. Like, I'm pretty sure that if you get her to push to you, you can find all-in spots early because you'll have Fervor, you'll have Dorn's Blade, and I just feel like if you put her in a long lane scenario, not only is she open to ganks, but you have way more opportunities to find all-in spots. Yeah, she might poke you a little bit, but you're not going to be in this position. And now you're in a spot where I feel like just one bad skill shot and you're just going to get fucking...
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't do it right there, to be honest.
Yeah, I was too. I was really wishing I had my wind wall right there. But she turned out to not do anything with it.
So, like, here...
Yeah, I had realized that pushing was a mistake.
Yeah, this is not... I like that you're like, okay, I'm just gonna chill here. Because it looks like you're thinking tactically a little bit.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I don't know where Nocturne's at. I need to try and sit back a little bit.
And your jungler picks up the first blood.
Yeah.
Which is really good. Let's skip ahead a little bit. And you're running like full attack speed runes?
Yeah,
pretty much?
I do 29% attack speed, scaling MR.
Yeah, okay.
Armor.
That's fine. Such an awkward spot to be in. Okay, so here's where I'd rather have the lane. And you could see, like, Yasuo top, is, by the way, is a great, like, under turret farmer. And a lot of people always just want to push with him, kind of like you opened with.
Yeah.
But, like...
He's really good at farming underneath tower.
Yeah.
E damage.
Yeah.
And it pretty much just executes minions.
So there, if you want to take that trade, you can take it. I actually don't mind that at all. So, like, you come in right here. You could definitely just dash to the minion and dash to her and then dash back if you want. Just something to think about. I mean, the only time I feel like you could definitely all in her early if you get some poke damage down, I feel like. Because of how mobile you are. And you have fervor and everything. But, I mean, farming under turret is good too, because at the end of the day, you're gonna be able to split push eventually, and she's not gonna be able to do much about it. You can just 1v1 her, I'm pretty sure. I don't think she can ever beat you 1v1. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, once you've gotten items, like Hex Drinker and shit, I don't think she can kill you. I feel like you kill her first. So here, you rotate in. All right, this is where things get interesting. You miss the tornado. That's okay. It happens. Go back to farming.
Yeah, but I saw that Lissandra and Ari and all of them were still trying to fight, and I was like, oh, I should probably get down there and try to get a 2v3. I hit her with that Q.
I mean, this is pretty good.
Yeah, but Ari flashed for that.
Weird flash.
Yeah, and Cassiopeia just kind of just walked back.
Let's talk about your roam.
Okay.
Once she goes, you see her leave, right?
I did not actually.
Oh, okay. So you were just trying to make sure.
Yeah, I was scared that she was just gonna sit in the bush and try to bush cheese me.
All right. This is a pretty tricky scenario because that roam wastes a lot of your time. You miss some XP because of it, which I don't really like. But I also think you put yourself on the back foot early, so it's kind of one of those scenarios where like you went door and shield, so you don't really like have crazy all-in potential that I want you to have. Like basically, all right, now that I've kind of analyzed this for a moment and wrapped my brain around this, basically what I want from you is I want you to let her push the lane to you. You farm under turret because you're Yasuo, and it's very easy to push under to farm under turret. You try to retaliate by poking with your Q, your tornado when it's up, because you can pretty much just farm with E and auto attacks under turret and be a-okay.
Yeah.
And then if she gets too close or gets out of line, then you can E forward, take a trade, throw a wind wall out, take a trade, and see if you can get anything done, or wait for a jungle gank and just farm. Okay, but what you did instead was you kind of like pushed the lane early. You weren't really sure how you were going to play it. And I think that really what this demonstrates is that most of the time with Yasuo, if you're not sure that you can bully a lane, and to be honest, Yasuo top, unless you like identify that the guy's weaker and just plays into your damage early, you can pretty much always just farm under turret and get big items because you're going to outscale. Like, the amount of shit that you can do at this level just by having items on Yasuo is ridiculous. So, I don't know quite yet. Obviously, we're going to see, but I'm not sure how you fall behind. But the first thing that I'm noticing is that you've missed a lot of farm because you were kind of unclear on how you were going to play this.
Yeah.
And I think that as a rule, if you don't know what you're going to do, if you don't know how you're going to punish someone, yeah, this lane swap is weird and random.
It happened at least 8 times.
Yeah, that's weird.
It was really getting to me. I always thought she was gonna walk up, but it just.
You know that not to be insulting.
Yeah.
You know you can just dash to her, right?
I wasn't in range.
Looked like you were.
Kept trying to, but right there I got snared, and then
Yeah.
by the time I had thrown my third Q, it was a little too late. She just kept doing that to me, and then she'd walk in the opposite direction the last time.
Okay, that time you don't have an excuse.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're not looking for it as much as you should be. If you want to all in this guy, I actually like this spot a lot.
Yeah, I thought my Q was up though, and I guess it wasn't. So I was gonna go for the like the spin.
Yeah, you definitely want to EQ there for sure.
That's what I was going for.
Now here you go.
Yeah.
Make sure you get an auto in first.
Yeah. Here, if you slow it down, go back and slow it down. It my Q went through her twice and did no damage.
So look, check this out. One auto here. You should have autoed here once.
Yeah. Because
that would have changed that whole fight.
Yeah.
Make sure it's a big listen. And this is for the YouTube as well. A big part of Yasuo is trying when you get that free auto, that extra auto, you need to take that shit. It's very, 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 very important. And actually, this is a perfect fucking video for this. Because right here, so you go, you try to Q.
See, it went through her there.
It was your angle though. It was your angle though.
Yeah.
Because you flashed in kind of a funky angle, and that's just like a mechanical flop. But mechanics or not, to ult and like not get that extra knock up in before the ult, it was really, really big. Like,
yeah.
And that changes the whole outcome completely because what would have definitely been at least a trade turns into that. I actually like that you were looking for it, but from this game, I feel like it was just a mechanical flip-flop. Like, you had it,
Yeah.
but you just fucked it up. Which, I wouldn't get too discouraged. You're going to fuck it up as Yasuo. But you should have felt really good about going in on an all-in when you had the level advantage. And the guy was low on mana, and he was being really cocky.
And this freeze right here, or the like slow push a little bit, I really like that she did that. It allowed me to get up there, get all that XP and that farm.
Yeah. So let's see what you're building. You rushed Spectre's Cowl. Why are you building so defensive so early?
Because I figured even with the Trinity Force, I had no kill potential.
Even after that, what just happened?
Yeah. I mean, I already had the Spectre from Cassiopeia being in lane.
Well, what I'm saying is, why do you think you need to build it when the lane was so passive early on?
Because I knew this was never going to come to my lane.
Yeah, there's no escaping that, by the way.
Yeah, no, that happened. That happened so many times. I was getting frustrated. But what I think I could have done in this situation, knowing that it's a Nocturne, is as soon as I hit level 9, I need to be buying a Farsight Ward.
Yeah, the big thing is once you get level 7 versus Nocturne and this type of lane, without the Merc Treads and without your flash, you basically need to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back to... Let's go back to here. Watch how you play it. You're just pushing. You see how you're not positioning, like, safely at all?
Yeah.
And you opened the lane this way, too, back at the beginning. You just kind of just start pushing. I get that Yasuo can just, like, ham-fist fucking shove, like, most all lanes and bully people. But this is a prime example of the time when you don't want to do that.
Okay.
Now that we're seeing this game play out, right, you have Cassiopeia top, which you're not going to be able to really harass under tower reliably. And not only if you harass her under tower and you get the poison buff on you, she's just going to run at you with like 1 million miles an hour, and you're going to take a fuck ton of damage, right?
Mm-hmm. So
analyzing this back from the beginning, you should have had the lane here looking for all-ins. You see that, and I'm not going to back it up, but you noticed that when you had the all-in opportunity on Lissandra, where was the wave? It was here, right?
Yeah.
Right? That was when you had the all-in opportunity on Lissandra. Why did you have that opportunity? Because you
you can just ride the minions for
all this space, right?
Yeah.
So when you have mages like Lissandra and Cassiopeia, this is what I've been working towards, like, at the start of this lesson to now, is like, you need to utilize immobile mages. Like, I would even consider Cassiopeia an immobile mage, to be honest, if she doesn't hit her poison, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Lissandra's kind of mobile with the stun, but just think about it. You're here. If you jump to her, bait out the stun, or just, hit her with a good tornado and then engage on her and dance around her stun or whatever, you have a window where you can actually all in. But if you're ever at this point in the lane without, like, Merc Treads and, like, just more shit, basically, or you can be here, but Nocturne has to be here.
Yeah.
He can't be up here at level 6. And once you're level 7, the game changes. Your responsibility as a top laner, among all the other things, is you've got to know. You got to know when a jungler can kill you. Or if you know, you got to at least be like, all right, I know he's coming. I'm going to try to 2v1. But you have to know that you'll never 2v1 these guys.
Yeah.
So I'm really going to hammer home. I don't know how much of the 100 Games to Yasuo challenge you watched. Did you watch any?
Yeah.
especially when I had harder lanes, I always played towards the back side of the lane. And I really want you doing that in the future. And I don't want you running Doran's Shield. I want you running like Doran's Blade and just mitigating poke and then going all in when it makes sense.
Okay.
Now, again, if you have like an Amumu, Malphite jungle, just weak shit early, by all means, shove the lane, be a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Play like a moron, because you're going to just shove the lanes because it's easy to farm, and you'll just get an XP lead and you'll never get punished. Like, I'm on board. But you gotta know how to pull the lanes as well. Like, you understand how to do that, right? I mean, I saw you do it.
Yeah.
I saw you slow it down. At this point now, like, now you have the Merc Treads and everything, and that's kind of cool. I would have liked to see, like, if you wanted to go Spectre's Cowl first, that's fine as well. You didn't auto again.
Yeah, that's something I obviously need to work on for mechanics.
That's something that I'm going to really hammer home for you. Now look at that. Dude, look at that.
Yeah, if I had actually had the Trinity Force.
And it's not even that I necessarily want you to finish like Phantom Dance or anything. I would just love to see like Doran's Blade into Zeal into Spectre's Cowl. And then, you know, whatever you want to build from there. Whatever the situation calls for, depending on, you know, how the game's going.
Mm-hmm. I've just been my normal build is usually Trinity Force with the Frozen Mallet.
Yeah.
Because it gives you so much mobility.
And that's the Archidata build, right?
Them. Yeah, it's Archidata.
Yeah, and like you can do that. Basically what I'm telling you is Yasuo's early game is really fucking strong. You're not gonna just lose lane early to any champs. That's why I say just go Doran's Blade and just, you know, if it's a lane that you're gonna get poked down, just farm passively and then use the long lane to all in. Mm-hmm. The other thing is like building at least the Zeal. That's what I said, right? Zeal.
Yeah.
Building the Zeal and then going forward with like Spectre's Cowl if you need it. And then building, you're trying to balance. Like, Yasuo is pretty effective with only, like, 2 items. And then from there, it's like, you know, you get, like, Phantom Dancer and fucking Triforce, and you're pretty much good. Mm-hmm. You don't really need much else. I mean, obviously, 100% crit is nice, but the good Yasuo players aren't building 100% crit anymore.
No, it's kind of useless at the moment.
Yeah, so all the good Yasuo players are like, all right, I get Triforce and, like, Phantom Dancer, and then I just build a bunch of tank items pretty much. I would have liked to see you build more aggressively early and then pad yourself as the game goes along. Like, say, you know, Doran's Blade, Zeal, Spectre's Cowl, then, you know, if the game's going your way, you could build a little bit more damage. If you're a little scared of, you know, a Nocturne gank or someone gets fed, then you can itemize appropriately depending on your threats. Mm-hmm. And then in the mid game, like I said, the level 7, make sure you're aware of like what's coming your way. At, you know, level 7, that means level 7 or level 6 means Nocturne's probably making the rounds to level 6 himself, because the jungler's normally going to be about a level behind you, or even if he got a lot of XP somehow. Just look at how annoying you are in these long lane scenarios. Like, I really want you to see it now that we have the replay. You're getting a lot done in the long lanes.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't mind you pushing here, but we still don't know where Nocturne is. So I'm a little sketched out, and you don't have flash, right? So he's got to be coming soon. So this is where, like, you need to constantly be reminding yourself, like, who's trying to screw me right now? And there it is.
Yeah.
I mean, even without the mini-map, I would be questioning, like, all right, where's the Nocturne at? The other thing as a reminder is when someone's staying in lane low, they almost always have someone around. He shouldn't really want to be staying there. Not that necessarily gold players are super macro geniuses or anything, but any player should be able to recognize, like, oh, the Nocturne's near, man, so I'm not backing.
Yeah.
So, big advice that I would give right now is definitely be aware of jungle. Jungle's the most OP role, man. Most OP role in the game. And the way you counter it is by you predict the ganks before they get to you, basically. So this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Twitch is already 5-2. I believe he ends the game at like 17-3.
I mean, your guys did pretty well there.
I actually pinged them off of going upwards and try to have them go down.
Yeah.
'Cause I saw the Nocturne on my map, and this Amumu was just kind of like, oh, I'm fucked.
So, I can linger on this game, but I have a feeling how it's going to go. It's just going to be a steamroll now. What is your takeaway from this game?
I need to learn more of making sure I get my auto off right before I do my ults after I get a knock up if I'm in range.
Yep.
Not only that, if I know I'm not going to be able to get a kill potential early, I need to be sitting back underneath my tower, always getting a Doran's blade, not a Doran's shield.
Yep. I want you, and the other thing is I want to really emphasize long lane, okay? With Yasuo, long lane. You are playing a champion that if he falls behind versus champs like this, if you're going to play out, like, I support you playing Yasuo and, like, trying to climb the ladder with it. Like, buddy of mine, Way of the Tempest, just ran an account. He's got to be nearing Diamond now. He's got about a 73% win rate. And the only reason it isn't higher is because he wasn't playing top. Top Yasuo is like the split pushing man. But you have to get through this part of the game. You have to. You have to always get through this part of the game without fucking it up too hard. And you fucked it up hard. And the reason why you fucked it up hard is because you were pushing without thinking a lot, which made a dent in your CS. You missed all-in opportunities because you itemized very passively early on. And you didn't... you weren't thinking about the Nocturne at level 6, where he's likely to be. And if a jungler does this path where they go and then they back and they go and they do it again, right? They do 2 rotations. Guess what that means? If he's red side, he's going to be bottom. If he's blue side, low elo jungler's pretty much always going to go up top with level 6, especially if he got a gank in the first clear. Okay? He's gonna make his way up there because the paths, one thing about low elo junglers that you always remember is that they telegraph pretty much perfectly where they're gonna go. It doesn't matter that you're Yasuo, you could be Malphite. He would still probably gank you because it's low elo. He started golems, he's gonna clear it again, and then he's gonna look for top. Most of the times. I think actually in this particular game he started Gromp and like did some funky bullshit path that, you know, doesn't make any sense. But ultimately, it can all stem back to your level.
Yeah.
If you're level 7 or nearing level 7, you really need to assess. You need to be like, all right, global, what's coming? What type of cheesy bullshit is about to come up here? Because I have to be mentally ready for it. And the other thing that'll help you, you can push if your jungler's near.
Yeah,
like if he's around.
My jungler was bot side.
Exactly.
Constantly.
He's bottom. So, he might be a shitter. I've been on my stream like, why is my jungler an idiot and focusing on bottom here? Like, it makes no sense. But regardless, we have to play it as best we can. And Yasuo, our lane phase is very, very unstable. So, once we fall behind, now we just get clicked on all game, right? And that's no fun. Getting Lissandra ulted and Nocturne ulted is no fun, which is why we need to get through that early game with good farm, and we need to manage our waves really, really smartly. So you're only going to be pushing if the goal is to all-in someone real quick or to shove that lane to back away. As long as the lane's going to crash into tower. If the lane's not going to crash into the tower and you're going to get stuck here, it's never going to work. You're always dead. Lissandra E forward, Nocturne ults out, you're dead. You have to be greedy with your positioning. I know it sucks. I know it's not fun. But until you get weaker lanes, like, that's just how it is. That's how it's got to be. So, now that we've hammered that home, sorry, YouTube, about the black screen, but we're going to fire up another game real quick. Because I really want to make sure that, we could stare at the fucking Owen whatever game.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know how it goes.
Yeah.
I know how it
that
goes.
One that was that one. Um, I believe I did fairly well in that game.
All right, we're loading it up, YouTube. Bear with us. Sorry about the black screen. Should be loading.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's a good example of just like lane management. And this was, wow, you're just getting really lucky with the lanes, huh?
Oh yeah.
You get the Jax and the Lissandra and the Volibear. You're just getting challenges, man. I love it.
I like it too.
I love it. This is like, no, I mean honestly, this is just unlucky.
Yeah, it is.
You're basically getting hard countered by these matchups, so I will grant you that it sucks. But it's on you to play them right.
Yeah.
For
sure.
And believe me, even if I'm smurfing it like silver and gold, I'm being super careful with my lanes with these types of matchups. I would try to fuck this Jax up early. You have the Doran's Blade. You probably have Fervor.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be looking to battle this guy early. So poke him when you can. Poke him. Now, notice how you're not, like, emphasizing the Q poke onto him?
Yeah, I was trying to get in the range. I was trying to have him get in the range, but he just wouldn't do it.
Well, I want you to definitely, like... Jax is weaker early. Your positioning, like, mechanically there, was kind of sloppy.
Yeah.
Make sure that you respect, like, here, I'm going to show you. So you make a nice little trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to predict what he's going to do. Pretty much all Jax's start E. This is how it is. Notice how close you get to him. You, like, try to, like, do that little number. Max range him with the Q. Kite, like, okay, so you see where your range is on the Q?
Yeah, it's way past where he is.
He's, like, here, right? This is the range point.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much need to just avoid auto attacks unless they're an absolute gimme, because he's just going to do this. The idea is you're just going to kind of kite him with the Q first.
Mm-hmm.
And this phase of the lane, why I'm telling you that I want you to beat his ass, because I want you to stack up Fervor early on and use your Q poke, because he can't, if he starts jump, then he's fucking free low. If he starts E, all you have to do is bait the E out, and then right there, you see the trades going massively ahead for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't even make him go over minions for it, so he really beasts you on this trade.
Yeah, I thought I was out of range right there.
Yeah, I was kind of unlucky. But at the end of the day, your positioning, to me, didn't really reflect that you were, like, maximizing your range. You really want to maximize the range if you're going to Q poke him like that. And avoid auto-attacking, just at least until he burns. I mean, once he burns his E, I mean, fuck it. Well, the minute he burns his E, you just walk at him and whoop his ass.
Yeah, that's why he was sitting there, like, just in the bush constantly.
Yeah, what I would have done here was I probably would have rushed level 2, and then as soon as I turn level 2, I better see you immediately level E and go in. Let's see.
Yeah.
Now you see?
Yeah.
Why aren't you? What are you afraid of?
Yeah.
Now you see, right?
Yeah, I understand it now.
That whole window, that was, what, 10 seconds? That was like, it felt like a long time. You should have been, I mean, just dash over minions, dash, auto, Q, dash back. So it would basically look like this. You E here, auto, Q, E, and then E backwards. And that trade should pretty much always go your way. Because you want that, I mean, you could tell that you were going to turn it. Like, see, you're very, very scared of him. I mean, right there even, look. This is a lane where I do want you in his grill and trying to snowball. At least before, you know, Volibear gets up there. Because he's going to get up there soon. But here, look. Worst case scenario, he's gonna E maybe? But you still got a fuck ton of minions here to work with. So Q poke him. Maybe consider dashing straight to him and then dashing back through this minion. See?
Yeah.
So dash through, Q, dash back, and try to dodge a stun. And then if he follows up with a Q into the minions, he's going to get screwed. You can just re-engage on him, on all these minions.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? You got to be thinking about these trades going forward. Really try to analyze it. So here you back down. I imagine you're just trying to make sure you don't get him.
Pull a little wave back towards me, because I know now he can easily gank me from river.
Yeah. I would probably look to start dropping a ward soon, in case you're getting cheesed. Obviously, we know where he is in hindsight. Oh my god.
Yeah, I messed up so hard.
Yeah, but it was so good, though, at first. It was good at first, but then you got out of line.
He had a really weird timing on his E.
Yeah, a bad timing.
Yeah, I thought it would work. I thought it would work because he would go in immediately with an E, stun me. I'd be able to walk around and get some damage off afterwards. But he did it so late.
Yeah, worst case scenario with Yasuo is basically tanking turret shots.
Yeah. When I first started playing Yasuo, that was my biggest problem.
Yeah, he makes an awkward trade, like really awkward. So like he comes in, he leads with a jump random. He just spazzes basically. It's a gold range spaz. That's pretty much all this is. He just freaks out, jumps on your head for no reason. At this point, all you should really be doing is just auto, Q, auto.
Yeah.
And just set him up for more damage. All you have to do is poke him with the Q, and just keep doing that over and over again. That's all you have to do. Dashing into him, it's not the ideal situation unless, like I said earlier, you had a bunch of minions coming. You know what I mean? You really want to just poke people down and not take melee range. Especially in top lane, okay?
Okay.
Emphasize that. Don't emphasize dashing in on them. Emphasize whittling them down. Look at those two trades were what really screwed you up. If you'd played them more defensively, I mean, I want you in his grill, but I want you like here.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to force him to E and then space him all the way back and put him in a compromising spot if he wants to commit. And then you can re-engage him in a long lane if you want. But you really want him walking all the way out when he tries to E you. You don't want to give it to him for free.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're kind of bringing the lane towards you. Yasuo, fun fact, has some of the highest HP regen in the game. Alright. Let's talk about this. Now you fucked up. So, you have flash.
Yeah.
But let's see what you do here. So you try to take a trade. You keep dashing through him. And that's your biggest mistake. Okay? That's the big error that you're making. You don't need to do that. Like,
yeah, because if I would have had dash there when I went into the bush, I could have dashed through him to get away.
yeah, and just in general, you're not accomplishing anything with that dash. It's not doing anything for you. So, like here, you have the opportunity to Q again. And just Q auto and walk him back, right? If he goes to stun, then you can dash through minion, dash through him, dash through minion or whatever, not play him. But what's going on is you keep giving him the free stun. Mm-hmm. Because every time you dash, he goes, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, and then he just stuns and walks at you because you're fucked. Now he knows he doesn't have to do anything. I mean, granted, the Jax matchup, he can just jump to you after the fact. But if you had opened this lane by pushing him around with the Q and not taking the freebies, then you would have him low enough to where you could really play around the stun.
Yeah.
And then your dash. But now you're just going to be in a shitty spot, basically, because you died there.
I got killed by him like 1 or 2 more times, I think. I was glad that he wasn't hard pushing that, so I could walk in the lane.
Yeah, that was great.
And not have to waste TP. Just sit underneath my tower and just farm it out. And I was really bad right there, and I missed my Q.
It's okay. Everyone misses. Doesn't matter who you are. You'll get better at this. I have
Yeah.
faith. I have faith. Gotta start somewhere. So, why are you pushing?
I figured that I could get the lane pushed before he can get back. But,
Well, you know you have to teleport.
Yeah, I don't have enough damage for that yet.
The only thing, well, you still have flash. I'm just scared to shove the lane to him right away. I mean, I guess he's bad and doesn't teleport, so. And now you're just kind of pushing. I don't really like that. I would have, you basically just trapped the lane here again.
Yeah.
Which you could have let it come to you. I would have preferred that. Because think about it, he's ahead of you now. And if he's good, he's just going to jump on you every chance he gets.
Which is pretty much what he does.
Yep.
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 Yeah.
Spread your cheeks. So, you see, right?
Yeah.
If you didn't push that second wave, you really got to be thinking ahead. And both of these replays have actually been really good because they really hammer home like how important wave management is. When I said push in the beginning, it made sense because we could poke with our Q. And I felt like, since it's, it's Fervor Yasuo with Doran's Blade, pretty much one of the strongest champs in the game with full attack speed early.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to beat you if you play it right. Now, you play it wrong, but you see now, spacing and using your Q, your maximum Q range, you can really whittle this guy down. You can even whittle him down under turret as long as you don't tank turret shots, which, again, that's a practice thing. But once you've fallen behind and you're playing against point and click champs, which, let's face it, none of this shit is very, very fun. Jax is not very fun when he's ahead, same as Aurelia. The idea is you now have to manage it. You have to fix this, or at least give yourself or your team a chance to carry you. So, the wave comes out. You shove the wave to the turret, which I was like, I don't know about that, but it works because he doesn't TP to a minion or anything. Because if he TP'd to a minion, he could have kept the lane at a certain distance, or TP'd to the turret, he could have froze it. You know what I'm saying? He could have just stood here. But you did get it to crash. But then you did this thing where you pushed the siege wave, and that's where you screwed yourself. Let's hammer this home. See this? This means that you've no longer got the wave pushing to you. You've now created a freeze for him. A very easy freeze. Even though he's not even trying to freeze, you can't rely on the wave pushing to you anymore. It's not necessarily going to happen that way. See? You do it again. Now, guess what? You want to be here because you're like, oh shit, now I'm going to lose minions. And there's no guarantee that he's going to push. Right? He might just chill. And he kind of does. See? Yeah. I mean, I don't know what elo he is, but he kind of does chill. And he just sits here. Which, if you had all those minions, all 7 coming off of the turret, yeah, you would have had to give up a couple, probably. But you would have known for a fact that this would have eventually made its way to you, and you're not going to miss that much. Okay? That's the difference. So now, this is what happens. You're like, I gotta contest this siege. But the only reason you have to contest this siege is because you broke these minions in the front.
Yeah.
So now, Jax goes, alright, bitch, I'm the champ. And you're like, oh shit, you are the champ. And then you die, but you probably wouldn't have died had you not have pushed that second wave. Crashing the turret was fine, but you have to remember that as soon as that next wave comes out, if the next wave starts here, it's going to make its way down to you, and you're going to get a big wave as a result. In the meantime, you can back away, you can leech XP. You'll probably give up 2 or 3 minions, but which is worse? Giving up 2 or 3 minions in this spot, or this?
Yeah.
Right? So, now you know. This all makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. I know how frustrated, I see your session was like mine today. So I know how frustrating it can be. But
this session this game itself was more frustrating about the Jax than anything else, honestly. Or not the Jax, the Aatrox. Cause
yeah,
he was just being stupid. Cause I do come back a little bit and I just kick his shit in, but.
Yeah, which is weird because he has a big edge over you right now.
It's because I had the Trinity Force and the Frozen Mallet, and I was able to just run him down without him being able to do any damage.
Huh. Yeah, I want to see this. So here, okay, there. You see how you poked?
Mm-hmm.
That is what I wanted you to do from the beginning. I wanted you in his ass in the beginning, but basically, I wanted you Q poking with the intent of backing away.
Yeah.
That's how you should have been treating it from the beginning. You're doing it now because you're behind. You see,
Yeah.
that's how I
But
wanted you
should
to
be
do it at
doing
the
that
beginning.
from the get-go.
Yeah, I wanted you really like poking him down. You're basically just winning those little poke trades over and over again until you can finally either all in him or he just can't retaliate, and then you just farm.
I kept him in this kind of situation, forcing off.
Yeah, that's actually good. I like that. This is what I would have wanted you to do in the beginning when you were up here at the siege wave. So, all right, Morg is a homie. Auto first, although I'm not sure it would have mattered there.
Yeah.
But I still want you doing it every time. It's a habit that we're gonna make you break.
All right.
Every time, it's very important. So there, Morgana hooks you up.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about him having TP, and I just started doing it again.
No. I'm not mad about this yet, because you have time. But
Yeah.
like, does he manage to? Okay, he doesn't TP to a minion. See, I would be kind of scared that he was gonna teleport to a minion there, but what
That
else?
way he could just jump onto me and.
Yeah,
run me
or he just hold it. TP's to a minion and then stun or ease, and then he freezes it here again. And then you have to back, and you're like, well, shit. Alternatively, you could have just backed after the kill and then just let the wave sit here and then run forward. That's an option, and you understand why that's an option, right? Because that forces him to TP or walk, and most players are just going to walk when they see it frozen like that in mid.
Yeah.
So you could basically get a summoner without missing that much. You would have a siege wave to work off of to walk all the way up, you know what I mean? If on a siege wave, you have a lot extra time to get back in.
Yeah.
So you walk it out, and here you go. Now, Morgana's hooked you up, so what are you going to do now? So he jumps to you. Stun's gone. This is where I would dash in and fuck with him. But maybe not, because he might just whoop your ass anyways. But every time he goes to farm, you should be queuing him like that. I mean, dude, relentless with it. Like,
Yeah, that's
every
what I
time.
really try to do, especially after I get a Sheen.
So you're scared, you're pinging him away. You want to shove this. And you do.
I noticed that Jax was actually committing to it, so I tried to...
Okay, so they're taking your blue. Yeah, you don't have vision of him, do you? Okay. That's
No.
part of the reason why you're standing so far back. Got it. Okay, so now that we're hindsight heroes, we can tell that, like, he's wasting... I mean, he's missing some farm. If we knew where he was, you could definitely fuck with him a little bit.
Yeah, and I
Maybe,
knew that him and I had the same component items, and that I had boots over him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't mind this. I hope you clear that pink, though.
Yeah. He's gonna come try to... No.
Dash forward. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought he was going to be able to keep up with you there.
No, that's what the boots are for.
Yeah, the boots were. That was reason why, yeah. The boots definitely kept it. But yeah, I was thinking, like, if he goes to stun you like that and you've seen him blow his jump, then you can just dash through minions and punk him real quick.
This, I believe, turns really bad for some reason.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I think no, Sona gets it. There was another time that, Sona just completely fucked it up.
Hold on.
So, I
This
think
is
I
my
saw
favorite.
that,
This is my favorite. Ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it again.
You dash forward.
Auto, ult.
Dash forward. E. Knock him up. Auto him. Ult. Then dash around and be annoying Yasuo. Think about this. Think about this fight again. Watch it again. You didn't auto, right? You saw it. And you didn't lead with the E either. Okay? So, look what happens. So he gets away. Look how long this takes.
Yeah.
See? See that little sliver?
Yeah.
See it? Remember it, dude. Remember that moment. I'm telling you, it adds up. It fucking... I swear up and down to you. It's very important. I would not stress it enough. When I did the 100 Days to Diamond challenge, people were bitching about that in the beginning, and I was just like, I don't know what the big deal is, right? But it's a huge deal. It matters every time. It's actually annoying how much it matters.
Yeah, and this, you can see this Vayne already is 0-3.
At least he's freezing. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But he's dead.
This goes very well.
Oh god. Kid's
Yeah,
getting
they
the
won.
dive of his life.
Yeah, but see, all this shit was going on bot lane, so Aatrox, Sona and I were just pushing the hell out of top.
Yeah, I actually, I'm kind of impressed with the patience here in the Vayne.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, it sucks that he's behind, but it's actually pretty good that he is where he is. So, oh my god, they're so bad. Look at them.
I know.
They're like trying to dive this shit.
And so I
Are
come in here and
Are
I'm
you
not
thinking
able to get-
TP? Because that's an option.
I was thinking about it, but if you look around, there's no wards.
There's a ward here.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that one. But then I was.
I don't know if TP would have been good. I've said thinking, not necessarily like 100% option.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's scary TPing behind that many people. And for all we know, Lissandra has ult. You don't have QSS yet.
I don't even get QSS this game.
I would one little hindsight hero type of tip is definitely don't chase too far unless you're sure you can get anything done. I probably would have stopped about here. I probably been like, nothing's gonna happen here, and backed away.
Yeah.
Just not.
I got the red buff here, and this really helped me with my lane.
Yeah, it was a little weird for you to take the red. But I mean, you're also a part of me kind of doesn't mind because like I want you being because the first replay that we went over, you were playing like a bitch.
Mhm.
This replay, you seem to be playing more aggressive, although you're misguided in your aggression, like your the Q trades or whatever, which I told you about. But like, I don't mind you being like, I'm gonna carry. I don't mind that, even arrogant to a point, as long as you can have the capability to look back and see like. I know you had a shit session, but now you see lane management has been a big theme of this session that I've seen. So having better situational awareness in terms of like where your lane should be or where it can be is going to change a lot of these outcomes and give you because you still get a kill. You know what I mean? You still pick up a kill. The game the last one that you showed me, you would have gotten a kill if you played it differently for sure. So I think that, while it's a little discouraging, that's kind of Yasuo in a nutshell. He's high skill cap. It's going to take some failures, but you'll get there. As long as you're analyzing it like this.
Camp and then the Gromp and going up, it's kind of something I took away from you.
Yep, that's probably what I would do. Because I want XP, and that you see, your XP is good.
Yeah,
XP is big.
level 18 before anybody.
Yeah, that's actually really good. Now you just play the lane better. Didn't auto again.
Yep. Fade out the ult from him so I can do more damage.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. That's really good. No, and then you can go and heal up at top. I don't know if I would take this.
Yeah, I wanted to get the 2 Qs just in case he was around.
Oh, okay. I see. You could have ulted off that. Oh, no, you didn't have ult. Okay, cool. Well, you pick up the kill. Now you should be going top. Nope, go back this way. Pat. I'm like pinging it.
Yeah, they. Yeah, I should.
It's just never gonna be, dude. This wave is too big.
Yeah, this. Is huge.
It's just not. This is too big. You need to go and get it.
Yeah.
Were you aware of how big the wave was while this was happening,
Yeah,
or no?
I was starting to head up that way, and then I saw Sona getting fucking destroyed.
Well, just remember, fuck your team, dude.
Yeah.
Bait your newbies. So like here, you get the kill. I would immediately be like, I gotta get this.
Yeah.
And
Jinx wasn't even there for that fight, so if she was, we would have been even more fucked.
so like you started going for this, and like yeah, no, it's just not gonna happen. You don't have. Remember, you don't have ult. You don't have flash. You're gonna get munched. But yeah, you definitely had an opportunity to get a lot of XP and to heal up a little bit and to breathe. But instead, you took a weird fight after you got the pick and then reset.
Mm-hmm. Here, I think Morgana didn't even see the tower. Because I think I was pinging for her to go up to the tower.
Yeah.
And Jinx just kind of like took that tower, took my second tower a little bit later.
Yeah, you started that okay. And then not going for the tier 2 I think was painful, or for the hold of the tier 1 was painful.
Yeah.
I like that you're
here, I was thinking he was gonna come up and then it turned into a complete shit show.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Aatrox was sitting down there farming when I thought he was on his way up.
This was kind of awkward, this whole situation.
Yeah. Then I saw that the Sandra E, I think, or something going on.
So like, here's my question. First question is, why are we chasing through this thing?
Because I knew that they had just backed, so I thought I could get something on the free volley bear.
But I'm just thinking more along the lines of like... we should just be farming up.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to force these awkward battles. I mean, you do get a kill, but like...
Yeah, I mean,
no one's really in position for anything. I would much rather take the safer route and just get more items. Like, remember the key with Yasuo is like, you have a crazy late game too.
Yeah.
And in low elo, you should just be taking fights that are free and then just going back to farming. And so far, I've seen you try... I saw you make a good pick, and then neglect the farming, and then as soon as you came out of base, you went and started fighting people again instead of farming again. Fundamentals are just, we get XP and gold by killing minions and then taking smart fights, like lane management shit. You're just flipping coins chasing people up here.
Yeah.
Just whoever's got the better team at the right time, and, you know, that's not what you want.
Yeah. I think I was dead so long that I couldn't even save the tower.
Yeah.
Because I don't have TP. And
So,
here
like...
I probably should have been warding or something.
No, I don't mind this. We know where they're at pretty much. Vision. Dragon's up. Why are you backing? Are you gonna teleport or something?
I think I canceled the back. I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, this is a situation where I look at this and I go, do they ever win without me? Nope. You know what I mean? Like, I just look at the scores. I'd be like, 0-4 Vayne, decent Morgana, Sona and Aatrox versus Giant Jinx, and a Volibear, who's pretty big. I'm going to say oftentimes no. And I'm going to try to push this while I still can. And shove that all the way in. And you see, look at this bullshit. You could have been here.
Yeah.
You could have shoved this, taken this, taken this. Your team would have been raging, but this fight's already over.
Yeah.
Right?
And we would have gotten global gold. Which
we can both agree, right, that like when we were back here, what were you thinking when you were like here? You're like, oh shit, dragon's up, right? So what you should be thinking is, Where's Jax? Like, he's probably a dragon. And if he's not a dragon, I'm going to push and see if he pops his head out somewhere. Like, we can make an assessment that he's probably there, right? We have no vision of anyone on the map. They've been at the bottom side of the map pretty much the whole game.
Yeah.
You really want to get, like, when you are being greedy and pushing while they're winning the dragon, you want to say to yourself, like, you want to talk yourself into pushing sometimes, okay?
Okay.
So you're saying, like, all right, Jax might be here. And theoretically, Jax and then some could be up here. However, since there's a dragon, and I can't see anyone, and that's an important dragon that everyone loves to contest, right? We can both agree?
Yeah.
I should really push this all the way to here. Just shove this wave, and then the next... So this wave, basically, it's where it is on the map right now. Shove this wave, and then go through the jungle, take that, you know, maybe take this camp, maybe take another camp, depending on how long this goes on, and then maybe, you know... come to mid and maybe shove this if they're chasing into the jungle. But ultimately, you're taking this opportunity to say, this is gone. I need to do this now. Because this all needs to be taxed. This needs to be taxed. This needs to be taxed. If Jax isn't here, we need to get this crashing here and then taking this shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
All right.
Like, really, your team's going to rage at you, but this is gone. Like, you can see how gone it is, right? Like, you know it's gone. There's no way. You don't have any wards for teleport. You can't see them. No one on your team's going to do any fancy engage here. No one's ahead enough to where they can stop this. You just got to get your XP now. Now, look at this. You missed this giant wave up here because you chased a little bit, right? You missed a huge wave. And then here, you don't take this, so this is going to get canceled. 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 See?
Yeah.
This is basically denied. Denied, 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 denied. See that? The difference?
Oh, yeah.
Think about how much that is. That all would have came back to you. That all would have came back to you.
That was a good, like, 200, 300 gold.
Yeah. That's 3 waves of experience that all would have came back to you. And then someone would have had to defend this. Now, they're still idiots and no one's going to defend it anyways. But the idea is you wanted them to have to defend it sooner. And also you wanted to keep your gold afloat. Yeah.
And I think a team fight's about to break out here. We just killed Volley Bear.
Okay, so... this is great. Because now it is crashing. But I wanted that sooner, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Now your team's pushing. Nothing's happening here, by the way. Look at this situation. 2 range creeps. You're never breaking this, so you can scratch that from your mind. Ready? Watch.
Yeah, so this, like, kind of turns into...
This is a waste. Yep.
Standoff.
Yep. This is where you say, see ya! And then you go right through here. Take off the fog again. See ya. Mine, 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 mine. To here.
Yeah.
Let's see what you guys choose to do.
A little bit of a bronze adventure going on.
Like, why are you up here? Like, you're not even going to do anything up here. This wave is pushing anyways. You don't need to be here. See this?
Yeah.
If you leave, it's coming your way anyways, right? Look what you left open. You see that? You could go... there, then catch it here.
Okay.
Really try to think far ahead in these spots. As soon as, and I want to show you the tell again, which made this all clear to me, it should be clear to you. You should see it as this. So, okay guys, I won my team fight. I'm pushing. Let's shove this wave in. I like that you shoved the wave in. And then right here is when I would normally go, all right, what the hell do we got coming? And then I would see this, and I'd be like, wow, dank meme. Like, I can't push this, right? That's when you need to immediately go, this is over. There's nothing that's going to happen. You got no minions. You need to go. I mean, yeah, you do have minions. And this is kind of tricking you guys into lingering. But you should have went all the way down here and took everything. And then this turret and broke this open. Okay. You had the space to.
Yeah. Because top lane, mid lane would both show.
Yeah. And that would have been...
Huge wave bot lane.
Yep. Gotta really be aware of that. Wave management, dude. Wave management, I'm telling you. It's like... That's why I can feed in 90% of my games and still win. Telling you. I can have horrendous games and still get crazy farm and crazy XP. Just because I manage waves right. That's what I want you to do. So see, here, you could have denied all this for the enemy team. And you could have taken all this. And then you could have come down. And you could have even taken, like, Scuttle and then this. And let this whole wave come all the way back to you.
Alright.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was all coming. There's no point of you being up there. You're not going to push anytime soon. Really try to think about how it's going to play out before you start attacking waves and shit. Really try to analyze it quick. You'll get better at judgment. And then you'll start to see it and the game will open up to you more. Because now you're up here in this spot and it's like, what good is this situation? It's a shitty situation.
This part is a little weird, but at the same time it's a little bit of...
Yeah, this is ugly as fuck.
Yeah,
and it's...
he flashed you on me and I was just... Yeah.
But, like, there's no reason to be there, basically.
Yeah, I should.
All that shit was dead money that you basically opened up to them. Could have let that whole wave come your way. That would have been the clutchest shit ever. So your team's actually pushing, though, which is kind of cool. Whether or not they're going to get anything of value. Vayne has no mana. Wow. She doesn't ult until the last second. What a dick.
Yeah.
I'd be so mad if I was that Vayne. It's like, you really couldn't have fucking ulted?
Yeah, well, every time I actually looked at Sonar, she never had any mana. Like, ever.
Struggle, dude.
Like, my fiance plays this game and she's the same way. Vayne support never has mana.
This was not a bad attempt. It's just you're too far behind. The Boulder's not fucking around, boy.
I believe I kill him.
You didn't auto, by the
Yeah,
way.
I do kill him, actually.
You didn't...
He's super aggressive here, and I just...
Yeah, that was dumb. You didn't auto on your ult again.
I don't know why I didn't just walk back, but yeah, and I did not auto.
I sound just like Twitch chat, dude. Didn't auto. So, looking at top, wave's coming to you. Why are you going up there right now? There's nothing to defend, is what I'm saying. You can let that all push up to here.
Yeah.
There's nothing to defend. So, the reason why I'm saying let it push up to here, there's a chance that dumbass Jax comes all the way out to here. You know, even though, I mean, it's highly unlikely, but you can take jungle camps or ward or do other things while that wave's coming down. And then you can just clear it all in one swoop down here. It's one thing if you have an objective to defend. If you don't have an objective to defend, then there's like no point in catching things right away necessarily. I just want you to think about it. If you haven't noticed, I'm hammering home the wave management concept to you. This I like. I like that you tried to push this all the way in. Now you have to leave. I don't know why you're standing there. I'd be getting the fuck out. And then probably just back. There's nothing to do. Yeah, I would have backed probably back here or something. Okay, so you're getting a little roam on. I don't mind this. Once Jax teleports, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, nice.
I did, but I wanted that Jinx so bad.
I don't mind the shutdown, but it's one of those situations where, like, if you're gonna trade as Yasuo, like, your team better be winning. Otherwise, I would rather you just be up here again. Or just pushing mid. Like, basically, when Jax shows up, I'm thinking a lot of the time, like, maybe I should just push mid. Because, like, watch... Or, wait. You had teleport, too. So, check this out. It'd be really fancy. Your team's fucking donezo. Here, anyways. So, Jax shows up, right? And I'm pretty sure you see it. You probably can, because this game tells everything about teleports now. As soon as he shows up, I would just go, meh. And I'd probably go back into mid, push this. And then consider teleporting top, even though probably not a good idea right there. But even still, like, I would consider splitting before I'd consider this fight. This fight's fucking dead. Like, There's just no way. Because you gotta remember, when I'm doing these games, I'm thinking, like, I gotta carry the newbies. So I gotta stay alive, like, at all costs, at all times. I hate just dying, basically.
Yeah.
I hate dying 1-for-1. I hate it. I would rather be pressuring an objective for 30 minutes straight and not dying than just make that trade that you just made.
Okay.
Because you can't trust these guys.
Yeah.
And you've already seen, like, your team's not gonna carry you. It's not like you're gonna kill Jinx and they're gonna win 4v4, right?
No.
So what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of going for that trade? It's not gonna win you the game. What could win you the game? This may be an auto loss from this point. Now, I've demonstrated to you through this lesson that, like, wave management needs work. Some of your laning needs work.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, what could win you the game is trying to manage situations that are thinner because you're thinking outside the box. You're seeing a Jinx I can kill. I'm seeing a teleport that's coming. Wow, I could probably push this lane in, take this farm, go up here, take this farm, and just keep trying to drag the game out. That's what I'm thinking. Because you've got to be able to identify that if we're trying for the highest win rates and trying to maximize, not only maximize a win rate, but maximize the learning, you need to think outside the box in these games and just be like, could I do something that's a little weirder than normal here that would buy time? Your team is going to flame you. I promise you they will, because you're, like, not fighting in their mind. But they're dumb. They're dead, right? So there's no point of trading 1-for-1. So, like, there you trade 1-for-1, you die. Now, look, the whole map's open. That's not what I want. By now, you could have had this pushing. You could have taken that, started pushing up here, and then started backing in this brush for a little bit, and then reset and come bottom. You would have pulled people. People would have definitely backed because they're idiots. And then you could have backed, went to bottom, and started pushing out bottom and getting bigger. And just picking a smart fight. That's basically what the end of the story is I want you finding ways to control the waves so that when you are behind in games like this, you go, it's not the time, It's just not the time yet. Like, maybe I can find something better.
Okay.
You have all these objectives to play around, right? The game's still very much live. They're not at your inhib yet, so you don't have to make a stand yet. And, the shit that they've been giving you is fucking weak sauce. Like, I can see it from a mile away. It's not gonna work. It's kind of cool. You got the trashuo going.
Yeah, they could not keep me off that. Like, fuck you.
I really like this.
Trashuo still does so much damage that he can't kill him.
I mean, that's fine. Now, look. You have some choices. Jax might flash for you. But here's the thing. Look. What did you just do, right? You just got a double kill, okay? You're low, but you just saw Jax, did you not?
Yeah.
If you remember, he teleported here, right?
Yeah, so he doesn't have TP.
You teleport here.
Mm-hmm.
And then what do? You push all the way through. Push all the way through real quick. While these guys are dead, you push this all the way in. You force people to defend this. Then you can back, reset, reward, get items, whatever. Or you can try to take this turret if you have time. You have 30 seconds. So if you just backed away and teleported up here, you could have gotten this all the way to the turret, I bet.
Okay.
It's an option. And I mean, obviously the wave's coming to you anyways. So you have that as an option as well. I'm just always thinking about when people are, like, chasing my team around randomly and I'm really low, I'd like to just go somewhere else. Real quick and see if I can relieve pressure around the map that way. I mean, getting the wave shoved all the way to here would be super nice in the spot. Because now they're going to come off a spawn. They're going to have to defend the waves. You will have time to reset and maybe find a different fight. Yeah, this is ugly. But you do have teleport here. Oh no, you should have let the back happen.
Yeah, but
I mean, I don't know how that works, but what I was gonna say to you was, look at it like this. One thing about backing here, think about the next step. So like, if you back, obviously it works out, right? Whatever, hindsight hero, it works out, sure. But what I was thinking was, you know, Morgana might die, or whatever, but you could back, get home guards, and teleport to here and just sprint after him with full HP.
yeah.
And sprint after Lysandra if you want. But it works out, so whatever.
That was definitely not something I was thinking about. I probably should have.
Yeah, it's just, you have the home guards to use. Ooh.
I don't think I had ult. No, not quite.
Nice. Cool, that works, whatever.
I think I go catch top wave.
This would be a situation where I would let it push again. Deny this. You see?
Yeah, because then it's more of just like...
More dead money
They
that no
don't
one
get
gets.
it.
Yep. This is the only way to deny in League, is by doing this shit. I mean, I'm working on... These are really advanced shit that I'm telling you, because I'm working on this type of shit. This is good for me, too, because I'm using... Like, I'm watching you play, and I'm like, wow, he could have definitely just denied that. Because you see it coming, and you know it's going to meet here, so why not just let it die, go up here, farm this or something in the meantime, or here, you know, just let it die, and then come back through. Fuck it. Or just watch it die. Stand next to it and watch it die. Who cares? That way your team doesn't take it. That's all I was saying. But see, you could have canceled all these minions out. I mean, this is the stuff, by the way, what I'm showing you, this is the shit that, like, Korean top laners, that's why they're so much better than NA top laners, is because they'll do that shit all the time to you. They will literally hold a wave, like, right here forever. Like, at a tier 2, they'll just keep it, like, right here forever, and they'll never leave until they're caught up in farm. I'm serious. That's the type of shit, the nerdy shit that they'll do. So, something to definitely consider going forward is, like, how can you make a scenario that's favorable for you even more favorable? So it's like, oh, big wave, wait, there's another big wave, there's a siege wave, why don't I just cancel this out? All these minions shouldn't exist, theoretically.
Yeah.
Alright. So the tank suo path's pretty cool. I actually really like this. It does seem to play pretty damn well.
Yeah.
Definitely does.
Generally, instead of the Sterix, would have gotten like a Spectre's Cowl.
QSS would be cool too.
Yeah, that would be. Get a little bit more damage and
I'm gonna definitely try the Arcadata build because I haven't messed with it yet.
Yeah, it's a really fun build. I have a clip of just like a normal game where I went in 1v5 because everyone in normals are all bronze. All the good players are actually trying to climb.
Alright, we'll watch this last team fight, we'll call it. Alright, this sucks. What the fuck? You guys are screwed. I don't see this again.
Yes, we should be, yes.
Oh, it survives?
Oh, I killed everybody,
Hold on.
I believe.
Wow. Their focus is all over the board, though. It was just it was a clown fiesta.
It was the classic freaking bronze adventures. We should have ended here, but Aatrox decided he did not want to commit to the end and go and shove bottom.
Yeah, let me watch this because my first thought, I don't think I would have tried to end. Let me see though. Let me see if you're right.
Because I think we could have ended. Because we had another wave like just coming out.
No, you shouldn't have.
No?
No.
No,
No.
okay.
It's not gonna happen.
Wave was too far back.
Yeah, I would agree if the wave was closer. I think well, I don't even know if I would agree if it was closer. But I know for a fact that it sucks when it's this far away. What
Yeah.
in an ideal world for me, I don't even know if I take in. Well, I know that people are gonna want to take inhib. This will be the last thing we talk about. So, I want inhib and Baron is what I want.
Okay.
But like I want Baron as Yasuo for sure. Because at the end of the day, this makes your life hella easy, and the fact that you guys don't secure it is, I bet, is why you lose it. Here we go.
Probably.
So you come forward, free inhib. You should have spam pinged that fucking Baron and left this up. Let that wave come out. Spam ping the Baron and walk towards it and hope your newbie team follow you.
Okay.
Here is just not gonna. There's no way. They explode out of the base and you're fucked. You do get a turret and back away. No one gets caught, which is actually impressive. Because normally someone derps. And then you guys try to do Baron. Alright. Wait, how do you guys lose?
It turns into another ace.
Oh, God. Yep, there it is. So,
It's all right here.
this is why I said inhib and then Baron.
Mm-hmm.
Because
We
this
took
little...
too
I mean,
long.
this turret's cool, but, like, what does it
Yeah.
do, really?
Yeah, we took too long going towards Baron. And that should have been my call since I was the one making most of the calls during that.
Yeah, so, yeah, if that's true and you were making the calls, then after the team fight Ace, I want Baron. I prioritize Baron over everything.
Okay.
I agree that this is good here, but your mentality should have been, I don't like... Basically, only go for the end. Only go for the end if you're, like, positive that it's going to be a good play. Basically, when Baron's up and, like... Or let me rephrase that. Only go for the end if you're, like, scared that this might be your only chance to end. Do you really think that that's, like, your only chance to end?
No, not even.
Exactly.
By a long shot.
Exactly.
Because
So...
taking that inhib, got Baron.
Gotten Baron,
up
reset, because, and think about it like this. You go for that end and you're wrong when you could have just got inhib and then Baron, and then how sad are you when you're wrong? When you look back now and you're like, man, if we just take an inhib and Baron and then reset, I would have been up here pushing a giant wave in, and I would have been super fed with Baron buff. I could have just split pushed until the end of time up here, and, like, probably secured the win and probably carried this game. I liked how, for the most part, you got your items up. You made some decent team fights even though you're behind. I like that. I think that you could have fleshed out some of your laning decisions and made it a lot smoother. And then this call is really bad. I mean, it's not bad. Like, I'm saying you're bad. I'm saying that, like, it's a call that will fuck you up until you get better at making it. Okay. And it's okay to fuck it up. You just got to see it now. Remember, was that the last chance to end? Like, was there no Baron? You know, if the Baron was already gone and, like, Elder was already gone, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, you just ace them and you're like, shit, if I don't go for this, we might not, you know, we just burn our flashes, or we don't have a GA up now. Like, we should just fucking go for it. That would be when I would, like, logic myself into it. But if you have to choose between inhib and then a half-ass end into a half-ass Baron, that's going to lose you the game. That's what lost you the game. This did, 100%. Right. From that position, you were fine. When you got the inhib and went Baron, the game was still very much yours, and then you went, I want this turret, and then Baron, and that's what fucked you. Because now, that means, you know, once they get Baron, the game's super fucking easy. They get the push with Baron buff, and take the dragon. The whole map shifts to your side now. It's GG. Alright, man?
Yeah. Alright.
You have my Skype now, so you can just message me. Play another session. Don't get discouraged. You're actually, you're thinking about the game in the way you should be. Okay. Just keep working it on. Like, the lane management needs to improve. The not only lane management though, but like the early game of like pulling the lane to you. You see how ridiculous you were when you got these items, right?
Yeah.
And this build, we're both, I think it's strong. So why not just make sure we iron this shit out and get there every time, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, let me know how it goes. Play some more sessions.
Okay.
We'll do another lesson in the future in a week or so. And hopefully the next time I see you, you'll have a better or more sound game plan of how to approach this shit, the Yasuo top.
Okay.
All right, YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, all that bullshit. This was SVGG playing some Yasuo top, and I hope you guys, leave me some comments, questions, whatever. If you want coaching, just message me. I'm out. Peace, crackers.